What's good? How you doing? It's your girl D back with another video. Finally, I have my new Sephora Pro Pigments Palette, the actual nice one of the Editorial Edition. Originally when I got this, as you guys saw, the pans were damaged. One of them broke. I fixed it. I tried to bring you guys a video while I was doing the tutorial. Another pan broke. I fixed it. I then filmed a swatch video and the entire swatch video glitched out. So we're just here now. But Sephora, thank you very much for replacing it. I do appreciate it. There aren't that many editorial reviews out there, so that's one reason why I wanted to go ahead and bring you guys a full review. I already put my watermelon. Look up Marlon Webb and watermelon. Listen, you will get a chuckle. So I'm not going to bring you another look. If you want one, I'll be happy to. This was done with it. Originally, I tried to use the teal and the light turquoise that were in this palette, but it's pulling green. So I'm just going to run with it because I just literally gave you the It's Not Wild Thoughts, It's Maria tutorial, which was green based, but that was sparkly green. This is matte with a pinch of sparkles. So whatever, be that as it may, let's get some swatches started, shall we? This palette retails for $68. It is limited edition, one of 3. Sephora also has the warm tones one as well as the cool tones one, and I will have those respective reviews and swatches linked in the description box for you. But we'll start here, moving on from the left, going to the right, horizontally, horizontal, and there we go. Helping me out is a whole bunch of wipes, all that good stuff. First up is the shade Porcelain. This is just a straight up stark white. Nothing fancy about it. This is good to use as a base if you are wanting to help intensify some of these shades. Now, one thing that I did discover while I was doing the previous video for this palette and also filming this one is that the colors, since they do have that kaolin clay mixed in with it to help absorb, at least the mattes do, they don't show up as vibrant as I would like, unless you pack on a whole lot of color. So like I said, you can see some of the teal that I use, just a little bit here in this area, but it keeps pulling green for me, and I didn't use green. I used the teal, the light teal, and black. So, but oh well. Next up after that is white gold. After white gold is rose quartz, and I like these particular shades, these next few, because of the fact that they remind me of the Kat Von D Alchemist palette. So there's rose quartz. After rose quartz is Julie T, Juliet. And then something you should know is that this palette has a bunch of names. They're actual individuals' names, and those are the actual members of the Sephora Pro team. 15 top makeup artists handpicked for their superior skill, unprecedented creativity, and ability to inspire through education. So those 15 individuals in this particular palette, there's a shade named after each one. After Julie T, which was a green iridescence, is Moonstone. And I like these, again, because they remind me of that Kat Von D Alchemist palette, but also they're good as a transition shade too, or at least to start, maybe like a brow bone color. And then after Moonstone is Ice. There's also 4 finishes for these shadows. They have mattes, they have shimmers, satins, and chrome. Some of these, if you swatch it alone, that shimmer, that's supposed to be the ice shade. if you swatch it with a brush, it's not going to show up. So what I also will do is give you a finger swatch, and then you can really see the color payoff. And then after ice is silver coin. And there you go. So again, we've got porcelain, white gold, rose quartz, Julie tea, moonstone, ice, and silver coin. Next up, starting with tangerine, which very much is representative of its namesake, tangerine. After tangerine is Amy, which is more of a coral in my opinion. After Amy is Eliza D, which is a deeper magenta. After Eliza D is, and I don't know if this is Tila, it's T-I-I-L-A, hot pink. After that is Maisha, which is more of a fluorescent purple, like a purple highlighter. After that is Electric Violet, which actually probably is more purple highlighter, and the other is more of an orchid highlighter, I suppose. Not much of a difference between those two, just a little bit of a hue change. One's pinkish, one's more purple. And then the last one, which is a satin finish, is ADI. I don't know if that's Addy or AD. Very pretty lid color. So again, we have tangerine, Amy, Eliza D, Tila, Maisha, Electric Violet, and Addy. My apologies if I mispronounced something. Now, one thing I did discover is that those shades stained a little bit. Third row, Champagne. Pretty accurate to its namesake. A nice glittery, finely milled sparkle. After Champagne is Jeffrey. Fluorescent ass green. After Jeffrey is Helen P, which surprisingly, I don't know if you can tell, is supposed to be one of the shades that I used. This is a an eggshell green, eggshell blue green kind of color. After that is Grass, another satin finish one. And this Grass has a little bit of gold color shift in there. So it looks green, but as you move, you'll see a little bit of the gold color shift that it has. After that is Shawn, which is also supposed to be a color that I used today. That turquoise. After Shawn is Chris, which is an electric blue. And then after Chris is Dinah, which is a navy blue. A navy blue satin finish. So there you go. Champagne, Jeffrey, Helen P, Grass, Shawn, Chris, and Dinah. Yeah, some of these mattes really are staining. And my arm never has any kind of primer or different skin enhancements or anything like that. My arm literally is just what it is. Last but not least, the bottom row, which is a whole lot of glitters and satins. So we have Pink Quartz, which initially is one of the other shimmer ones. So that's the brush swatch. If I give you a finger swatch, there you have True to Color. After Pink Quartz is Windy D, which is a gold in that same situation. So give you a finger swatch and there you'll have it True to Color. After Windy D is Lou. And this one is interesting because it's got some red color shift in there, but it shows up as green. I also used it in this eyeshadow look today. And at first when I applied it, you could see some of the red color shift. And then as I patted it in, the color shift disappeared. It was very unique. It reminds me of the Lounge shade from Urban Decay. After Lou is, I believe, Caroline. Another one of the shimmer situations where the brushes are going to give you much payoff. So a fingertip swatch. Oh, that's pretty. That's nice. That's very nice. After Caroline, which I would describe Caroline as a metallic peach, a dark peach, I should say. After Caroline is Hector E. That's pretty. It's a nice brick, burnt orange kind of color. Reminds me of the Urban Decay Naked Heat right now. After Hector E is David, which I don't know how you describe this color. Like a burnt gold. And then last but not least is Ilde, I-L-D-E, which is the matte black that's in this palette. But unlike the warm and cool tones, which share the same matte black obsidian, this has some very fine silver glitter in there. So there's a little hint of sparkle. So last but not least, Pro Quartz, Windy G, Lou, Caroline, Hector E, David, and Ilde or Idlewild. Sorry if I mispronounced that. But anyways, again, I just wanted to bring you a swatch video highlighting the swatches and showing you what the palette looks like without having broken pans, staining. So I have to really get some good makeup remover to get rid of some of these swatches. All three of the Pro Pigment palettes come with pro tips. I know it's damn. Pro tips, suggestions, basic looks to abide by. These are very beginner friendly. I was low-key criticizing them in an earlier video, but truth be told, they are beginner friendly. And also the tips do vary from palette to palette, so the tips in this particular palette are going to be different than that of the warm or the cool tones. This palette is weighted. It has a mirror that is exactly the same size as the palette itself, which is gigantic. You will be able to spy on people behind you with the size of this mirror. You get 4 ounces per shadow and 4 ounces of product per shadow, I believe. Yep, 0.04, I should say. I keep messing that up. I keep saying 0.4 ounces. No, not 40% of hundredth, ma'am, but 0.04 ounces of shadow per pan. Again, it retails for $68. This is available in Sephora's on Sephora's website. It also is available in a few select stores. Mine didn't have it, which is why I ordered it online, and unfortunately had the whole debacle in which they punk ass UPS fucking broke the shit. And listen, I had to hold my breath this time opening this up. Like, look, there's not nearly enough bubble wrap in here, and there's just only some, you know, some trash looking paper as insulation. Please make sure this motherfucker is intact. And it is. Indeed it was. Hallelujah. So is this a necessity? No, I'd have to say my favorite out of the series would be the warm one, and then the editorial, and then the cool tone one. The cool tone one is more for smoky eyes. Warm would be more for everyday looks. This is more for fun special occasions, or you could do an everyday look in here if you're the type that does the absolute most at the office. I am that type, by the way. But it is all up to you, your skill level, what kind of use you would have for this. I don't see these palettes as daily drivers necessarily for an everyday beginner kind of individual, but also for makeup enthusiasts, for collectors, for makeup artists. It is something to have. I like this a lot better than the Smashbox Masterclass palette, and I don't know if I want to keep this in my makeup kit or if I actually want to just use this for myself. I haven't decided just yet, but I'm pretty satisfied overall. Either way, as always, thank you ever so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you have any questions or suggestions, hit your girl up in the comments section. If you are new here, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'd love to see you back on my channel. But if you're not here for me, my shenanigans, my opinions, or for lingering use of the word motherfucker, that's fine. There is an X in the corner for you to click at your life, get the entire book up off my channel. But if you are here for my shenanigans, you are beautiful, amazing, wonderful, spectacular. And if no one else has told you, I appreciate you. You guys have a wonderful night.